Hi, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical
And
therapist.
together, we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of
We're going
course.
to pump you up. We got the request, Brad, for us to demonstrate how to use hand weights or dumbbells for strengthening. So here we are, we're going to do it. We already did one video, which you're going to want to look for, and that was more for stuff that you can do with standing and also was more lower extremities too.
Right.
So today, now with this video, we're going to go on stuff that you can do, weights that you can use when you're laying down, either on a ball or a bench or a bed.
Right, right.
Okay? All right, why don't we start with laying down on the bench,
Sure.
all right?
If you've got a bench at home made for weightlifting that's about 12 inches wide, that's ideal. If you don't, you can still do them like Bob is doing here on this table. It's not as ideal, but it still works.
Well, let's just start with the chest one. It's not as ideal, because ideally you want the arm to even come back down a little bit like this.
Right down here.
And you can just do straight press ups like this. I don't know what else you'd call them. I heard it called press ups like this.
Right, yeah, I mean, if you get technical about
And
it
then
too.
flies.
Yep. Now,
Okay, how many
ideally, you're going to do it with
repetitions?
both arms at the same time.
Right. I mean, I can do it this way, but I'm starting to get a little restricted.
Right, and that's why a narrow bench is
Yeah.
ideal.
Or as Brian will show on the ball too,
Sure.
that you can do it. Ball works really well
Yeah.
actually, because you're working things. How many repetitions, Brad?
We're going to do ideally 3 sets of 10 is a good goal, so you're going to do 10, you're going to rest about 30 seconds to a minute, and do another 10, and then a third set.
Now these could be done either way here, with the wrist turned this way or this way.
Mm-hmm.
Am I correct?
You bet.
Okay, triceps. Is this how you'd recommend, Brad?
I
Straight
like
up and
this,
down?
you bet. So you're going to bring this elbow, there you go. Watch out with this one coming down, so it don't knock you in the noggin. You've got a black eye, it's going to be a break your glasses.
Try to explain that one to your friends.
This is, you could do this 2 arms at once possibly, it depends on how comfortable you are with it. Yeah, you might get a black eye with both eyes.
Knock yourself silly.
So one thing you could do, I call them supersets, is you could do, once you do flies, you could do 10 flies if that's 9, and then 10, and then go right from there, and then do 10 of these. It makes it more efficient, and
And even do some press ups like
yep,
this.
so you're going to combine these exercises and put them together, as opposed to sitting and resting for 30 seconds to a minute and feeling like you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
You'll maintain a better heart rate.
You'll
and
start to
whatnot.
feel some things when you're doing this.
You
many
bet.
reps. Anything
Okay.
else in this position, Brad?
Nope, I think that takes care of that position. Should we review that, how those are done on the ball right away? Should
Sure.
we Get the
Let's do that.
crossover?
Yep.
Let's move the
Oh.
table. Where's our ball?
Where's the ball?
Bring it in.
Oh, if we only had a ball.
All right, so exercise ball, get about a 55, 65 centimeter. Now this is a little more advanced. People get pretty scared in clinics. I'm gonna fall off of this, and you might. So if you're gonna do this, make sure you get used to it sitting down, and once you're used to it, it's really comfortable.
I didn't want to do this one.
I
was letting
really
Brad do
prefer
this
the
one.
ball. I really like this because you also get some
This
core
works your
benefits.
core. Yeah, this is a
And it's just comfortable. I just love it. So it's here.
really
we're gonna-
stretches. Yeah, really get. Now you're really working the chest
Yeah,
muscle.
and you're gonna come out till you feel a little stretch in the chest, and the ball actually supports your arm. That's a nice fit. And then here, don't let them bang into each other. Good control. You know, we're not doing this. We're not flying. They're controlled motions. And then again, the press ups or the reverse push, or the tricep. Good. And we got other exercises in the ball. If you want to go into some sit-ups, we could do that. I'm not going to get into it, but we have some videos for abdominal strengthening.
Are you
with the
going to
ball
do
as
some
well.
prone on the ball too?
You
Brad?
bet.
Why don't you go jump right into those, Brad?
Okay.
You got shoulder extension.
Okay, so prone or face towards the floor. Grab your dumbbells. All right. You got me? All right. So now reverse flies, and with these, it's back like this.
Great one for working the postural muscles. You're working the arms, but really you're working a lot of the muscles
Yep.
here that are, the intrascapular muscles here that are pulling the shoulder blades together. These are the ones that are going to make you have great posture.
You bet. They're excellent exercise. Look at my elbows. Don't do these with elbows locked out. either flies or reverse flies. Slight bend in the elbows is suggested, like that. Okay, then we can go and do the tricep one here that Bob showed before.
Now, if you do both, that's a balance,
Yeah.
right?
If you really make it hard, you go on one foot and
Oh,
balance.
my God.
That's challenging. If you go no feet, that's kind of impossible. Someone will prove me wrong though.
Sure. Then they got rows.
Okay. Now if the ball's big enough, you start here and you just pull up. If it's too short of a ball, you won't get as much range, but it's still going to be a good exercise. You're still working these muscles. It's the postural muscles, rotator cuff muscles. You can do both at the same time. Way back.
And then triceps.
Okay. Yep, we did those already.
Oh, you did?
Yep, we did that.
Okay. And
Okay.
that's pretty much it.
There's one more thing I want to mention. If you like to do push-ups and you happen to have dumbbells around, if you're doing your push-ups like this with your hands here and you want to take some stress off your wrists, take your dumbbells and put them down like this and get a hold of them. And then you can do your push-ups like that. And then you can move your hands whichever way is most comfortable for you. It's a handy-dandy way to use extra use on your dumbbells. We have another video on, what do we call it?
Perfect push-up.
A perfect push-up, which actually has bearings in it, and that's a nice video too.
Yeah, that works nice.
They're even better than doing this, but this is even better than flat palm push-ups. So great ways to use the dumbbells, get stronger in the upper body. So use a ball with it, or the table, or the bench. What more can you ask for? Have fun with the dumbbells. Watch this.
He's amazing, isn't he?